Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Meara here, you there. I do this because I'm the pro football prognosticator, and finally I had a winning record this week. 8-7-1. I lost games by a point, half point. It's an amazing season. We're going into our week 6, I think it is. These teams are different from each week. Arizona will throw 45 on you. The next week they can't get 20. It's very difficult this year. I don't know if it has to do with the shortened preseason, resting all your starters. The guys are just starting to hit their groove now, but it's very difficult this year. Even when you look at the guys in the media, their numbers aren't a hell of a lot better than mine. But finally, I had a winning record. Didn't do well on the Fanduels, where I was losing by a point and a half. Hopefully I do better this week. Now remember, bet with your head. Don't bet more money than you can handle, like Fanduel. I think you can bet $1 on that thing. I know you can bet $5 or $10, so you don't have to go crazy, but you can put a little bit in there. You got a little skin in the game when you're watching it. Makes it a little more interesting. Here we go. Thursday night, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady's, his hand's a little injured, but supposedly okay. They're at Philadelphia against the Eagles. Maybe this kid Hurts will be somewhere along the line. This is really his first year starting. I don't think it's this year for the kid. And, nobody rides with the quarterbacks anymore. You go 2 or 3 years, the kid isn't, winning the Super Bowl, we draft another one. Look at the Jets. I think the kid's got a potential, but it's just not this year, and I don't think it's against Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in Philadelphia -7. The over-under, 52.5. Let me get my football out of the way. Sunday, 9:30 a.m. We're in London again. 9:30 a.m. This is a Fanduel. First game with Tampa was a Fanduel bet. Miami at Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Urban Meyer, you've seen the film with the girl grinding on him at his bar. There's a lot of controversy right now in Jacksonville. He's the first-year head coach. Got a first-year quarterback there. I don't know if he's lost the locker room, but it was an interesting week in the NFL. You heard with Gruden. I'm going to go with Miami. Tuva should be starting this week. He's back off the IR. I'm going to go with Miami. -3, over-under 47. 1 o'clock. Now we're back to normal time. Houston at Indianapolis. Indy lost Monday to Baltimore. They returned to Baltimore. I lost Monday with Baltimore. Best I've seen Carson Wentz look in a long time. So there's some hope in Indianapolis. Houston, who I lost with last week, was shut out the week before, and they throw like 22 points. Wait, New England, I think. They throw like 22 on New England. They're starting a rookie quarterback. This kid may be good, this rookie quarterback. Taylor's still out, so we don't have him right now. So we're going with the rookie in Houston. But I'm going to go Carson Wentz. I became a believer with him last week against Baltimore. I'm going to go with Indy, -9.5, over-under 42.5. 1 o'clock game, Green Bay at Chicago. It's like the 150th time they're playing. Big rivalry game here. I'm going to go with Green Bay -4.5 in Chicago, over-under 45. Chicago's got a good defense, but Aaron Rodgers will figure them out. FanDuel bet, 1 o'clock, KC. Very surprising KC Chiefs this year. They should be quite angry. One of the few games I won on with Buffalo last week. KC, both of them had an offensive explosion. Buffalo made their statement last week, beating KC. FanDuel, I'm going to go with KC at Washington. Washington let me down last week. Most of the teams let me down last week. And this is my best bet of the week also. I'm going to take Kansas City -7. Over-under is a high 55.5. Yeah, you may want to look at the over-under. That seems a lot with Washington, 55.5. You'll have an angry Kansas City, but I don't know if they're going to be that angry. 1 o'clock game, Minnesota at Carolina. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold on this. I know he had a good start, but they weren't really playing good teams. Here is the snake-bit Minnesota Vikings. Nothing ever goes right for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold, the ex-Jet quarterback, and Carolina +1, over-under 46.5. So I got a home dog there. FanDuel bet, 1 o'clock. The Chargers at Baltimore. Baltimore got lucky last week. If Indianapolis had a kicker, why you go into a football game with a kicker that has a hip injury is beyond me. But Indianapolis did that last week, and it cost them. Chargers at Baltimore. I like Baltimore, and I like the Chargers. I think Baltimore, they might be a bit of a hangover from their Monday night experience. I'm going to go with Chargers and Hebert, their quarterback. I'm going to take the Chargers +3 with an over-under 52.5. 1 o'clock game, Cincinnati at Detroit. I like Cincinnati. I actually like Detroit. Detroit's got to play a whole game like they do the second half. But I'm going to go with Cincinnati, -3.5 at Detroit. 47.5 is the over-under. 1 o'clock game, Rams at my New York Giants. I don't know who's healthy. I don't know who's playing. I'm really starting to question our head coach. Daniel Jones is practicing this week. The head coach doesn't know he's on the field when he's in concussion protocol. There's something wrong management-wise here. That's something you need to start paying attention to with Joe Judge. I'm going to go with the Rams to obliterate the New York Giants. Jones is still in concussion protocol. Barkley is still out. I'm going to go with the Rams -9.5, over-under 48.5. 4 o'clock game, Fanduel. Arizona at Cleveland. Arizona is a tough team. They'll throw 45 on you, and the last week they can't score. Cleveland, they are very upset with themselves from last week, and there's a hangover that may continue. I'm going to go with Arizona at Cleveland. Arizona's getting 3. Over under 49.5. 4 o'clock game. Las Vegas Raiders. John Gruden resigned over emails from 11 years ago. As I say on my other shows, don't leave electronic paper trails. If you don't want it, you're not going to live by what you wrote, don't email it, don't text it. You got an interim coach probably going to ride out the rest of the year in Vegas with the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders at Denver. I don't know what to make of the Raiders right now, but Denver's pretty solid. I'm going to go with Teddy Bridgewater and the Denver Broncos, -3.5, over-under 45.5. That's a low over-under there. 4 o'clock game, Dallas at New England. This is a pretty low spot here. Dallas, I'll tell you, they're hitting on all cylinders. Their defense is getting better. It's hard to go against Belichick at home, but I will. I'm going to take Dallas, -3.5 at New England. For some reason, they have the over-under on that one. FanDuel bet, 8 o'clock. Seattle at Pittsburgh. Big Ben found himself last week. Pittsburgh won. Big Ben didn't look too bad. Seattle lost Russell Wilson. You got Geno Smith starting for Seattle. So immediately everybody runs over to Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Pittsburgh -4.5, over under a 42.5. And Monday night, this is probably the game of the week. I'm going to go, it's a FanDuel bet Monday night, Buffalo at Tennessee. 2 teams I like. Tennessee is not going to keep up with Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo -5.5, over under a 54.5. Bet with your head. Enjoy the games. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.